My name is Lou Grant, and I work for Ogden City Corporation as a software engineer. And this week, the city will be conducting a disaster preparedness drill and kind of fair with information for the media and the public. And it will include an exercise where IT will run all of the critical systems off of restores on new machines out on the grass in front of the municipal building for 24 hours to prove that it can be done and that we're prepared. And when my boss came to me about a month or so ago and was telling me about the plans to do all of this, he mentioned that it would be really cool if we had given a couple of the employees a 72-hour kit and had them live off of the 72-hour kit for the 72 hours leading up to the event, so that during the event they can talk about how well it worked or didn't work. And he wanted to know if I would volunteer to be one of those employees, and I did, of course, because this is way off in the future and it didn't seem very difficult. But today he stopped by and reminded me that I had agreed to do that. And today's Monday, and the event starts Thursday morning. So he handed me this, which is a 72-hour kit. It's designed for one person, and it's supposed to include all the things that you would need in the event of a disaster. And you're supposed to be able to survive on it for 72 hours. That's 3 days. I'm supposed to start tomorrow morning. So by the time I finish halfway through on Thursday, it's going to be more like 2.5 days. So we'll see how well it goes. Let's look at the kit here. It's the same kit that the city made available to all of its employees last November. And inside, there are a few different things. There's hand warmers, which if it were cold would be really nice. It's August right now and it feels like July, so I won't be using those. Emergency blanket, the kind of foil kind, same deal. Waterproof matches, possibly the most valuable thing in the kit. This isn't a real disaster, so I will have available to me fire, but valuable. A poncho, very stylish, one size fits all, kind of plastic bag with a hole in the top. It's got a hood, that's nice. It's not one of the really cheap ones, so that would be cool if you were stuck in the rain. And who knows, it might rain on Thursday. 2 emergency candles, good for light or heat or cooking, I suppose. Those go along well with the candles. 1 glow stick, useful. A first aid kit that comes with 42 pieces. Not really what I'd want in the event of an emergency. Those 42 pieces are all Band-Aids, with the exception of 2 little alcohol wipes, like the things you get at KFC, but without the lemon smell, and 2 little things of gauze. So it's a boo-boo kit, not a first aid kit, because if all you need is a Band-Aid, there's not going to be any second aid. So kind of useless. I don't know, I guess if I was bleeding I'd want something, but didn't seem all that useful to me. Next is the food. I ripped this open at work today. Some of my coworkers wanted to see what I'd be eating. It's big, pretty thick, and it's heavy. In a foil pack, I ripped open the top already. You can see when it was vacuum packed, it's 3 squares down and 3 squares across. So that's 3 days, 3 meals a day. So each square is a meal. And the ingredients on the back look like the ingredients to make a cake. And the squares are kind of really greasy, dense, yellow brick of something. I broke off a teeny little piece. It's kind of gritty. and sweet and lemony. It's not disgusting. Flavored, the texture's a little not so much fun, but you could easily live off this for 3 days. The entire package is 3,600 calories, so unless you're going to the gym during the emergency, I think the food would be fine. This is what does have me worried, though. This is what I'm supposed to drink. There's a little packets. Looks like a Capri Sun, but even smaller. And there's just water inside. And my ration is 2 of these a day. And that wouldn't last me through breakfast, especially if I'm eating something dry and kind of as appetizing as the ration food is. So, luckily, I've got a 3-day supply of water and 2.5 days to live off of it on, and that's it. That's all that's in the kit. So, no radio, no flashlights, no real first aid kit. Yeah, so I'm supposed to start tomorrow morning. I'm supposed to eat it for breakfast. Exactly when I start in the morning has not been specified, so I think I'll eat my normal breakfast and then start in the morning, meaning when I get to work. I'll eat one little bricks and let my coworkers enjoy me eating that. In contrast to what I would put in a first aid kit, I've got one that I keep around here. So, what I keep in my house for my emergency preparedness. First is a stove in a can. It looks like a paint can. Pry the top off. You can light it with a lighter or matches. And it burns inside the can. You can use it for heat. You can cook on top of it, which I guess is what it's intended for. Pretty neat. Easy to store. Self-contained. This is a lot better than the emergency candles that are this tall. So, those are neat. Little Rubbermaid container here, and inside I've got a fleece blanket, just like with the emergency blanket, the foil one. Not all that useful this time of year, but in Utah it gets very cold in the winter, so during certain times of the year it would be very nice to have. I have a 100-hour candle, kind of lamp style, so that's good. You could cook on top of that as well, or just use it for light and a little bit of heat. A sealed big pack of lighters, because fire is important, and although my ancestors figured out how to make it on their own, I'd be useless without a lighter or matches. Flashlight, the kind you shake, there's no batteries in it. It works pretty well. It's got a little LED light bulb in there that won't shatter or burn out or anything, so very good to have in this sort of situation, especially the no batteries thing, because if you put good batteries in a flashlight and then put it in a safety kit and it sits for 2-3 years and then you need to go and use it, chances are the batteries will either not work, or worse, they will have burst and bled into the flashlight and ruined it. So I like that kind. Another lighter, like I said, I want to be able to light things on fire. Foil blanket in mine as well. And another kit, and this one's got the waterproof matches, like before, the hand warmer things, a whistle, that's very valuable, draw people's attention to you if people are trying to find you. It's got a poncho. This first aid kit has a little package of CPR instructions and AED skills, kind of like a little how-to, I guess, if you need to teach yourself to save a life in 30 seconds or less. It's got a little bit of the emergency food in there, and it's got the first aid kit. And I haven't actually taken the first aid kit in this one apart, but I would imagine it's very similar to the one in the 72-hour kit that the city gave me, in that it's pretty much just Band-Aids, which is kind of useless. I really should supplement with a real first aid kit that has some good disinfectant and splints and all the stuff you might actually need if there's been an earthquake or something where people aren't just displaced but injured as well. So I don't know what else to say. So I will update you tomorrow and let you know what I think of ration food and water, and I'll try to continue updating you until the event occurs